and not your family. Fa la 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 la. Hello, beautiful people. I want to know, are you in one of these two camps? The first camp being, it's this time of year, screw it. That'll be a me problem next year. Or are you at the other end where you're like, I'm actually really looking forward to just fast forwarding through this time because I am too stressed. I'm afraid to be around food. I'm afraid to be around people. I don't want to gain weight. Tell me where you're at. Today's video, I want to give you a really cool trick to help you get in the mindset and the reframe that you need to get through the holidays, decking the halls, and not your family, and also not beating your human up. Ready? Let's go. What's up, guys? It is that time of year. I'm not just talking about getting colds. If you can hear my voice, I've been fighting a nasty cold for almost a week now. So if you hear me coughing or if I sound really nasally, it's because I am. But it's that time of year where there are lots of holiday parties, gatherings, food, and there tends to be some either fear around afraid of gaining the weight. Maybe you've been working really hard towards a goal and you're like, oh my gosh, I just really want to get this year over with. Like, I don't even want to look at that. Like, I'm going to, maybe you're like white knuckling it through. Or maybe you're from the other camp where you're just like, that sounds like a me problem in the new year. I'll deal with it then. I want to come in here and I really want to talk about really just the difference between, well, it's not really even a difference, really just the overall theme that can help you stay in your power during this time of year. Because here's the thing, the holiday season only really comes once a year. It is a great time to spend with family and friends if you so choose to. And yeah, the goodies are good. So let's get into it. I want to give it to you straight. I am a big believer. I'm a big believer. I used to be somebody that was hardcore dieting pretty much 365 days out of the year. I would avoid carbs, I would avoid all kinds of things. And I'm going to tell you right now, like, that is not a way to live. You feel pretty miserable. But what I did finally come to discover after I realized, like, oh, even though I achieved all these perceived goals, I still kind of hated myself and I had developed really disordered eating patterns that were not serving me in any way, shape, or form. It took up a lot of mental, emotional bandwidth in my mind. I had a lot of food noise. That's where you're like constantly thinking about food and like, when's the next thing I'm going to eat? And you're crabby and all the things. You feel frail. You're not really sleeping good. I did a whole healing journey, and this is really why I'm going to talk a little bit more about taking up space in our bodies, what that looks like, how to apply it in your everyday life. Really just tapping into making peace with your food, making peace with your body, setting goals that serve you because 2025, we're here to thrive. We're not going to beat humans up anymore. So here's the thing. What I have come to discover and practice for many, many years now is to plan ahead. Now, I'm not planning ahead in the way where I'm going to deprive myself all friggin' day until I get to the party and then it's going to be balls to the wall, which we've already talked about that. That's called the what the hell effect, and that is not healthy by any means. So I believe in leading with protein, number one, because when you lead with protein, you're going to be satiated, you're going to nourish those muscles, you're not going to lose any gains, and it's just going to be overall healthy for you. Number two, I like to focus on water. And so the water, hydrating yourself, making sure you're hydrated, is obviously a no brainer. When you are hydrated, you're not going to feel, we've talked about this before in the past on this channel, where if you are actually thirsty, there's a part in your brain that will trigger hunger so that you will go and drink. It's hoping that you'll go drink, but it's telling you you're hungry, and most people will just eat. So when you're hydrated, you nourish your cells and you feel good. The next thing that I really focus on is this if-then model. So the if-then model is when I'm planning ahead, like let's say I know that I'm going to go to a party. There's going to be some alcoholic beverages. What I like to do is I like to strategize with if I have a glass of wine, I will then pair it with a glass of water. And so they go together. If somebody gives me chocolates, these are my fave, I will enjoy a few pieces and then I will freeze it, right? If I go out to have a family dinner, I will focus on my protein and then the rest of my plate will be filled with the carbs and the fats. A side note, when we say lead with protein, here's a bonus tip: peanut butter and nuts are not a protein. Shocking, I know. They are actually higher in fats, and so the profile for them is actually considered a fat. And so the if then is really just allowing yourself to tap into that mindset that, yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself. And if this comes up, then this is how I will choose to respond. Now, you're not doing it from a place of deprivation and being strict on yourself and, being hardcore. We're not doing that. Instead, you're really doing it from a place of honoring and nurturing yourself because you know what it feels like to be nourished and hydrated, well rested, right? That would be another tip. Make sure that you're trying to get as much sleep as possible. I know during this time of year, it's a little bit more challenging. So, can you be gentle on yourself with your routines to be maybe a little bit more lax and allow for some downtime? Not that you necessarily have to sleep per se, like by I mean like taking a nap. Maybe you can practice some yoga nidra, do some meditation, just any kind of mind body scanning is really a great practice to help you get recentered in your body. And that's a really great way to focus. Another tip: really pay attention to how you're feeling in your body while you're in the situation. So, are you feeling like you're being triggered right now? I mean, let's be honest. Deck the halls and not your family. There are times gotta love our families, we get triggered. And so, can I pay attention to these moments and can I tap into different tools to resource myself? So, if I decide to use the chocolate to like numb out from feeling like a piece of poop, can I do that consciously versus just stuffing my face solid? So, these are just some of the tricks that I'm going to hope that you enjoy. As the holidays only come once a year, and really what happens between now and the end of 2024, I mean, you might see this video and it's somewhere between now and the end of 2024, and you're like, I'm full of cheese and I have no idea what day it is. Um, these 2 weeks, they won't do irreparable damage. It's what really matters is the habits you set and the foundation you set from the end of this year until the end of next year. This is how this works. And so I don't recommend you go on any strict deprivation diets. I actually don't even believe in that, period. But especially around this time of year, like it's a time of year that doesn't come often. And so, can you enjoy it? Can you focus on the people that you're around? Can you do things that bring you joy? Can you choose things consciously without beating your human up? And let's have a conversation on what's the energy you're going to step into next year. Let me know if you want me to make a video all on that, because every year, instead of doing New Year's resolutions, I really like to tap into an embodiment word and the energy of the year and how I'm going to show up. And so I'm really excited to share what my word is going to be for 2025. So if you want to know, let me know here. Let me know in the comments below. So this is what I have for now. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful holiday season if you practice holiday seasons, obviously. Enjoy yourself. Take time to be with yourself. Take time to soak it all in because, as I said, this time is fleeting. It's going to go by so fast. I'm so happy that you are here. If you liked this video, hit the like button so I know that you enjoyed it. And feel free to share it out. Feel free to share it out. That'd be great. As always, be brave, be bold, be you. We're going in. That's some cheap ass chocolate.